Hello. I did unmute the right thing. I was going to feel like an idiot there if I did that and then I didn't say anything, or you didn't hear anything. I'd have felt like a fool, a damn fool. But here we are. Mild Fuzz TV Lives Nights. Because basically, um, I know it's weird doing two of these in 1 week, but I didn't have much else to do today. I had a really busy day, doing stuff, podcast wise in the channel and recording and watching stuff. And when it came time to decide what to do with the end of my night, um, I just thought, no, stream. It's just what I was in the mood for. So, welcome. Welcome. No one's actually said that to me yet, which is actually weird for the start of a stream. Admittedly, oh, that's Sunday. Hey, Sunday. Um, but I did spring this on you guys at the very last minute because I just kind of had the inspiration to do it. I actually have my PS4 set up. I might even play a game later over the stream, but I figured we start traditional chat style and see where the night takes us, and see where we go. So, all good. Also, happy to say I've had a much better day than I did on Tuesday. I'm not grumpy. I am. I don't know if I'd go as far as say I'm cheery. I'm okay. I had a productive day. Got a lot done. Why would you expect it? You should never expect it. Expect the unexpected. This is what I tell you guys. Over and over and over. Also, hey, Renegade. Let me chastise you for about 5 minutes before I do this. I found a Slay the Spire clone on my Switch. Interesting. You can get actual Slay the Spire on Switch now, I believe. I'm sure it's out for Switch. I think Connor has it on Switch. Does he? I don't know. It's definitely out on Switch though. You can get Slay the Spire on Switch. Do 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 do. Also, hey Bob. I keep responding to what people say before I say hey. It's weird. It's like 37. What, dollars? I didn't realize it was that expensive. I saw your list. I have submitted it into the numerical database system. I have a second list to also put in that arrived yesterday. Early days yet, of course. Early days. I'm glad people want to do it though. It's a fun thing to do. But yes. So today I watched and recorded a review for Glow. I watched and recorded a solo review for Handmaid's Tale because we're behind. Because Connor's been ill, which is something I'm probably going to do a little bit more often if Connor has to skip days to keep the schedule going. I'll occasionally just do one episode on my own and then Connor can come back for the next one. Also had to edit and get up the Ace bonus episode for the month. The review of Time Cop, which you can access for $1 or more on patreon.com/MildFuzzTV. Oh, you got all the boys. That's cool. Did your list surprise me, Renegade? I mean, not really. not that I was expecting any particular movies, or there was any movies in there that were like, whoa. There was definitely a couple of stinkers, which I'm deeply, deeply shocked at. Almost every time a movie could have been an original, better movie, you had the word remake next to it, which really made me laugh. But hey, tastes are a thing. Tastes are a thing. Yeah, casual Friday night stream. Hmm. Do I want to listen to some music while I talk to you guys? Maybe listen to that new Feeder album that came out yesterday. I don't know. If I get really in the mood, I'll do it. But when you're sitting with the big headphones on all for all the various things all day, your ears get really sweaty. You want to give your ears a break. Not even your ears. It's kind of the area around the ears. It's kind of up here that gets the rough time for whatever I'm trying to say. Got to 3 episodes of Glow, then fell asleep until 4 last night. Yeah, I only watched the first one today. It'll be one per day, more or less. I say more or less because Saturday and Sunday are kind of tough for me to fit in like an extra solo recording, even for a half-hour show, just because tomorrow I have to read all my comics, then record the comics podcast, which is usually close to 3 hours, if not over 3 hours, and then usually something with Connor in the evening. Oh, was Tim tweeting? Oh, he's responding to me. Tim on the Streams After Midnight Twitter at Streams Midnight. Tim did a really bad Photoshop, which was offensive in every way, shape, or form. I'm just responding to. I'm proud of Tim for that. Sendy, come on now. Come on. No, 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 no. It's always Brahms. It's not even his first Brahms troll tweet of the day, god damn it. He did like Brahms and Leprechaun earlier. Yeah, you know Firefly. In fact, if you are a patron or you become a patron to listen to the Time Cop review, there's a bit towards the end where Firefly gets his claw stuck in something and he starts crying really loud. It was like disturbing demonic meowing. Luckily, I was able to unhook him, but he was very upset for a period of time. Very upset. And his struggling only made it last longer. It was painful. Bob, don't tell me anything about the boys. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything about the comics. I want the show to surprise me. Dear. So how is everyone? Been having a nice week? Well, they are two different entities, but you never know what they might pull from the comics. You have no idea what ideas they're going to take and do something different with. I'd rather not know anything. I don't want to know anything about the comics. Do 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 do. That's a shame, Renegade. I'm going to see a screen of Grease tonight. Not sure if I'll be online for much longer. That's okay, Cindy. Not, I mean, I have no attachment to Grease. I have to admit, it's one of the few movies my mother actually likes. Hmm. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I was even a bit early tonight, actually. I decided I was going to stream, and I set it for like the end of the hour, and went, "Why am I waiting until the end of the hour? I have nothing to do until then." I've already eaten. You know, I'd have to get in to eat before we started. I'll probably get hungry during the stream, though. I always get hungry during the stream. It's all that talking. Talking takes energy. People laugh when you say that, but it really does. Sometimes when we record a long podcast, I'll be starving after it. Those jaw muscles. Get a good workout. As you do. Yeah, I had pizza earlier. Barbecue sauce, cheese pizza. I've not had pizza in months. I gave up cheese. Cheese. Must admit, my sister wanted to see it. She didn't want to see Apollo 13, the other screening. Yeah, I would rather see Apollo 13 out of those two. Bob, stop telling me things about the boys. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything. Nothing. God, that Tim's a menace. Ah, dear. Oh. Yeah, quiet night tonight. Oh, Firefly. For some reason, I thought it was Thursday there for a second, but it's not. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's definitely Friday. Yeah. Is that Firefly? He's over there licking himself. Should read the comic. I may at some point, but no plans to in the immediate future. I have a lot of comics that I have not gotten to yet on my Comixology. I don't know what day it is anymore. Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday night. I'm fairly positive about that. Fairly positive. The new votes for Patreon will be up soon. We've kind of picked the streams one. Well, here's the thing, Bob. I don't want to read it before I watch more of the show, though, because I like the show for what it is on its own. I don't want to have the information from the book in my head. Like, TV is the medium that I've chosen to enjoy this story, so I want to experience it all that way first. It's the same reason why I don't catch up on the Expanse books before the new seasons come, because they mix things up, and I want to experience it that way first without any influence from another version on its own merit completely. I'm like that with most adaptations, unless it's something I just happen to have already like read all of or whatever. Firefly's cleaning himself. I really love the cat commentary. It's one of the highlights of of these streams is the cat commentary. Oh dear. Yes. Yeah, I have to admit, I was giving some Last of Us tips to someone recently, and it was kind of putting me in the mood to play it. So I am not ruling out the possibility of playing some Last of Us later, but we'll see how it feels as the stream progresses. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I haven't played a game in a while. I need to get back into it. I haven't played many games recently either. I've just not been in them. I've been watching a lot of movies and a little bit of wrestling here or there. Doing some extra work, you know, that kind of stuff. You got Doom Patrol Book 2 as well. That's cool. Only read Book 1 so far, the Grant Morrison stuff, but really liked it. For the most part, it was the odd little Morrison-y thing that I didn't like, but for the most part, I liked it quite a bit. Oh dear. Well, it's a scary place. Hey, Firefly. You've been watching a Let's Play of Alien Isolation, that never gets old. Yeah, that game's entertaining to watch people play. Because it is pretty... I don't scare easily, but that game is really tense. To the point where you just kind of want to quit it, and you want to just be like, you know what, nah, I'm done. I can only ever play it for like 2 hours at a time. Oh dear. Well, looking like a fairly intimate crowd tonight. Maybe people shall filter in as the night goes on. Alien RE2 are the only things I've seen you get scared at. I mean, RE2 was nothing compared to Alien. Like, RE2, yeah, I got tense during some early Mr. X stuff when he was still kind of intimidating, but that wasn't the same as Alien. Alien was very different. Alien was kind of soul destroying at times, which is why I could only play it for maybe 2 hours at a time. I could never like sit and play it all night. It was too intense to do that. Whereas Resident Evil 2, I was playing constantly for like weeks when it came out. Love RE2 so much, so much. Is that not a fly? No, it's not. It's more of a smaller than that. Aliens one hit kill. That's true. That's true. And I don't even typically like stuff like that. I don't, the stealth first person like one hit kill thing. That's not usually my kind of thing. Alien was just good enough that it kind of overcame it for me. Like when I play Resident Evil 2 now, I'm not like worried about most stuff. I'm just fine. I just go through it. Where if I try play Alien Isolation again, I'm still going to be shitting myself when I get to those alien sections. I feel like I scraped through that game and just barely survived. That's how it feels to play that game. Resident Evil 2, or any Resident Evil for that fact, once you learn the game, you feel more powerful and you can kind of, you know what tactics to use, you can kind of reliably do things. It's a completely different beast. Which is not a knock on it, I prefer Resident Evil 2. It is my favourite franchise after all. Yeah. No, he kind of the alien rubber bands so that he's always kind of in the vicinity. Like if you do get away from him far enough, he'll kind of just teleport somewhere else. Um, there's definitely some cheating going on the developer's part there. Silent Hill and Flame Trap, sorry, Fatal Frame, also freaked me out. Yeah, Silent Hill's freaky the first time you play it for sure. And because I've not played them as much as the Resident Evil games, I don't necessarily remember them as well. So there's still parts that freak me out. But I think it's just because I don't have it as memorized as Resident Evil. Fatal Frame I've only played a little bit of, so I don't remember finding that as freaky as other stuff. Yep. World's a depressing place. Let's minimize that. I'll just look at myself, it's fine. I'll just look at myself. After all, why wouldn't I want to do that? That just makes sense. It just makes sense. Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah, we were recording time cop. We got into we ended up having a lot of talks about 90s and 80s action movies. And I hadn't really spoken about those movies in a long time. We're talking about Under Siege, we're talking about stuff of that era. Sad day, I've been in a bad mood since the shooting here. The chat on Monday was the first time I laughed all week. Thanks. Oh, I'm happy to help get you through that. Yeah, the weekend was really depressing for that stuff. I mean, because Chris Evans had this tweet where he pointed out that the president got to do a 2-for-1 tweet because there was two shootings so close to each other. So yeah, it's a bad state of affairs. It is really depressing. And it's frustrating, especially as an outsider. It's a really frustrating thing to watch because the arguments. I mean, I'm sure it's frustrating living there, having a sensible mind and arguing one way about it, but I'm just laughing at Tim. Tim tweeted me a gif. But like looking in from the outside and just being like, well, the rest of us who have gun control are doing okay on this front. It's just it's really sad. Dear. There was one mass shooting in the UK in 1996. By the end of the year, all the guns that were still allowed were completely illegal, and there has been 0 mass shootings since. Obviously, there's still going to be murders and stuff. Like no one, you're never going to eradicate that. You can strangle someone to death. I've thought about it many a time. I kid. Oh god. Oh, you wish you could move to Scotland or Canada? Yeah, reasonable places. No, I think Firefly's warm. He's decided to move from the bed to just lying across the floor all sprawled out. He's like, I can reach the most surface area if I put my paws out like this. And maybe cool down a little bit. It's not even that warm today, comparatively. It's not been like warm enough to be like frustrating in a few weeks now. I mean, I could do with it being a few degrees lower, but you know, after suffering and much worse a few weeks ago, it's like, this is fine. I can live with it. Is it true that you get really bad storms in the winter? What, Scotland? No. Scotland has very mild weather. There's no there's no extremes in either end of it. It was record for the UK where Connor lives, yeah. But we don't have any particularly bad storms really. Not by any like standard that other places have. Every several years we might get some gale force winds, and that's about it. We don't have hurricanes, we don't have tornadoes, we don't have uh anything else. Yeah, it rains and gets windy. In my entire lifetime, I've had like one power cut, like a proper power cut. So, nah, it's not true. I mean, maybe the waters in the north are different. Like, oh, Firefly's up. He's licking himself again. He keeps doing this. Which isn't a complaint, he's a cat, but instead of doing one big batch of licking, he licks a little bit and then he lies back down. And then he's like, you know what? No, I'm not done licking. I'm going to do some more licking. You coming up, Firefly? Oh, here he comes. My puss puss. Yes. The Ginger Menace. Yeah, you can see Wesker on the couch actually, kind of. He just blends in because he's a black cat. But he's actually on the top of it, just where Firefly's tail is. That right there's Wesker. Baron Cohen needs to come back. I don't know if it ends up being like the Dictator again. I don't know if we need him back. I don't see Garrus though. I think Garrus is in the other room. Isn't that right, Firefly? You like Garrus being in a different room because you fight with Garrus, don't you? Yes. Welcome to the late stream, where you see me scratch my cat's back. Ah. He's purring away for the record. He's loving it. I heard Disney cancelled one of his movies that he had in development with Fox. Maybe he'll think about doing season 2. Hmm. Yeah, we're still feeling the fallout of that Disney Fox buyout. And now we're apparently getting Home Alone remakes for Disney Plus. Like, what? I don't think they realise that what makes Home Alone so special is the cast that it has. If it's not Joe Pesci and Stern, then, like, I don't know. I don't think I care. Yeah, I mean that's Sacha Baron Cohen stuff is getting people to make themselves look or expose their prejudices, if I can speak properly, on camera. That's an amusing story, Renegade. I'm trying to drink this water before it's too warm. I had it out before I recorded something with Connor, and I didn't. And because it was sitting out during the recording, it's kind of teetering on that almost too warm to drink. So I'm going for it, is what I'm saying. Just relax. Ooh. Oh no. Got a water burp coming. Okay. You're so quiet today. Me? Yeah, I guess. I mean, the chat's pretty quiet, so I mean, I don't have as much to bounce off, I guess. It's not intentional. I'm actually in a relatively good mood. Not like not amazing, but relatively good mood. And Firefly's on my lap, purring away. He's a happy cat. Until my ass gets sore and I need to move. Until then, he's a happy cat. And then his happiness is no more. Oh, I'll close that over. Alright, I actually do want to up a little bit now, cat. Now, I want you to not jump off. Oh. Okay, that was alright. Any more summer movies you're interested in after Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? After that, you're done. Yeah, I think I feel kind of the same way. I don't think there's any other summer movies I'm looking forward to either. I feel like there has been like a weird drought the last few years where it feels like outside of the Marvel movies and then like one or two other notable movies, the summers have been kind of dry. At least for me, because like I didn't give a shit about Men in Black. I didn't give a shit about um what else came out and all this. The all Disney stuff, which obviously does quite well, but isn't for me. Um, I can't say I particularly cared about Hobbs and Shaw. Not that I wouldn't watch it. It looks like a decent enough watch at home, but I'm not rushing out of the theater to see Hobbs and Shaw. Firefly. Oh, I want to see Crawl. Crawl's not out here yet though, or it's maybe out now, but it wasn't out at the same time as uh US got it, because otherwise me and Tim would have done it. Oh, what's Tim doing now? Hmm. Oh, he actually gave me a compliment. My. What a change. What a change indeed. Yeah, I've heard the farewell's good. I've heard the farewell's good. Um, it sounds like the classy foreign drama for this year. Which I mean, which I like checking out those types of things. I've been trying to keep up in movies a bit more recently. There'll be another movie catch-up video, whatever I usually call it, soon. I've got a movie to finish watching after I stream tonight, and then I'll be able to record one maybe tomorrow night if isn't the current war coming this year. Maybe. Been writing that script for 2 years. Yeah, scripts can take a lot of work. I've tried writing scripts and it is not a easy task. I have respect for people who actually get through them and finish them, never mind the ones who actually write good scripts. Hanging balloons. Okay. Oh. Yeah, Joe's a weird thing happening where shows that come back for new seasons from Netflix, which typically did well before, seem to be plummeting a little bit. Because Glow episode one's not doing so hot on the YouTube. It's doing quite well in the audio figures. Um, and I really like watching it, and it's sponsored, so I'm going to finish it, but um, it's a little concerning now that that's a couple of Netflix shows that have came back and kind of tanked immediately. They don't promo their returning shows. Yeah, there's truth in that. I mean, it's a problem we have with a lot of shows where season to season there's always a dip. Like very few shows retain all their audience between seasons. Um, but it's never been quite as bad as what Dear White People, because Dear White People episode one was day one. We got that up day one where it hit Netflix, and then it's still not hit 100 views. It is absolutely dire. Stranger Things does well, doesn't it? It does, yeah. For a third season, it did relatively solid. Not amazing numbers, at least not in the video. The audio did really well. We are finding that the audio people tend to be more consistent with coming back. Interestingly. Hey Sheldon, welcome to the impromptu Friday night stream. Do 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 do. I realize I went into a different song there. I'm not lost on that. I'm not lost on that. I'm aware of what I'm doing. You can't prove otherwise. Welcome to the regular Friday. It's not. I mean, we already did one on Tuesday, so I wasn't actually planning on doing another one this week. I just felt like it. I just felt like it. So here we are. Here we are. Um, I might put the PS4 on and play some games a little bit over the stream, but I'll see where the mood takes me. Pete Miss does. Sure. Sure, I missed my loyal viewers. I was trying to think of a. I was gonna say fans, but fans felt too. Uh, I don't know. Felt too egotistical to say fans. Viewers just felt really cold though. It said. No, you're out Tuesday, Sheldon. No, no worries. Subscribers. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I could call you subscribers. There you go. I'm a fan. Thank you, Cindy. I hate just calling people fans though. It feels weird to say, "Hey, these are our fans." Uh, Tommy's all about being killed by her lovers and coming back and multiplying. Oh, there's a bug in my arm. One of the worst parts of the summer is you have to have the windows open all the time, so you end up with all sorts of bugs coming in. Yeah, Last of Us is fantastic. I love Last of Us. Last of Us is like in my top 3 games of all time, and it's actually what I was thinking about maybe playing later. You're too big to think of us as friends. I mean, friends in a way, but I don't. I can't exactly class you as just regular friends the same way I do other people. There is a difference. There's, doesn't mean I don't love you guys. Doesn't mean we're not close. It just means it's a different type of relationship. Dead bug in my arm. It's not like I'm Slipknot and refer to my fans as maggots. Because that's the thing. And they also had a new album out yesterday. I need to be in the mood for Slipknot though. I'm not always in the mood for the head pounding metal. You call your friends other people. Oh, what's bad about that? Your people, they're other people. It's accurate. Oh dear. You might get a bonus streams tomorrow actually. Since there's no TV news to go up, I might throw you an extra streams episode this week, or another archive episode. I'll see where the mood takes me tomorrow. Yeah, people always love more screams. One of our longest running shows. We recorded 3 episodes last Sunday. Recording another 2 this week, including the next exclusive episode for Patreon, which is a movie I'd never heard of. Tim brought it to my attention. It's a doozy. But amusingly, it is on YouTube, so I'm not going to reveal what it is. But after you find out what it is, you can go find it yourselves and watch the potentially terrible but possibly batshit insane movie. That's the hope. We hope it's insane. Insane's what's entertaining. I feel fat. I had chicken wrap and a mixed drink, no ice with fries. You know when your belly just feels heavy. Oh yeah, I know the feeling. You just feel like you've eaten too much. Yeah. Because I've been trying to eat better, I've not felt that way that much recently. But every so often when I like order takeout or something, I'll eat too much. All great movies are on YouTube. I don't know if I don't know if I agree with that. If Tim brought it to you, I'd be scared. Oh, Tim's brought some interesting ones for the bonus episodes. Demon Wind was kind of a not a great one, but Blood Diner was exceptional. An Invisible Maniac was kind of mutually brought because we both knew about it. Okay, when I said it's on YouTube, I meant it's on YouTube for free, Sheldon. It's on. You can just go watch it. You can rent and buy a lot of movies on YouTube if you want. Yes. Didn't Tara suggest Blood Diner? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that was Tim's idea. That one. I think I joked with Tara about Blood Diner because it's like a vegetarian restaurant in it. That's actually serving human meat. Just want to be difficult. Make my life miserable, eh? Hmm. But hey. So yeah, we're doing that on Sunday. Along with something else. For the Octoberthon. Which I'm really not looking forward to actually. The movie we're recording on Sunday is a rough one. Funnily enough, I found House 3 on YouTube. You can have that. I don't want a link. I'm fine. I'll stay. But I actually think I have that one on Blu-ray because I think Scream Factory put it out, but it wasn't. It's not named House 3. It's just a horror show because it was technically just a standalone movie. They slapped the house name onto. It's not really actually a house sequel. It's just named a house sequel. I'm living for people on Twitter dragging Walmart for removing ads for video games but still selling guns. Very very valid. Yes, very valid. Thing to be poking fun at them for. Kind of video games. Video games. Yeah, all the killing comes from video games. Even though all the other countries have video games and don't have mass shootings. And what do they not have? What could be the one thing that they don't have? It's a mystery. It's a tough one to figure out. YouTube has all the good kung fu movies. Interesting. Another crossed off your list. You have such a weird list, Renegade. Such a weird, wacky list. Alright, this water's done. But I mean, I did pretty well. It's got a little dribble left. I'm hydrated. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Oh. Scratch the old knee. Oh, dear. I have a list of every horror movie I've ever seen. It's only 6 pages long. Renegade, get yourself a cheap computer, and I do mean cheap. Like any cheap computer with like word processing on it, and do yourself a nice fancy table where you can sort them and stuff. See, I have a list of every movie I've ever seen in an Access doc where I can sort them, I can do graphs, I can do all sorts of things. It's quite magical. I think my dog is in heat. She's attacking me. Oh no, Cindy. Just type Kung Fu and you will find one movie. Okay. Yeah, handwritten list. That said, though, I've not done as many sort of DIY record keeping recently because Letterbox Pro is actually pretty good. There's a few things I missed because I used to do a couple of things that kept track of stuff that doesn't, but for the most part I like it, and it gives me like an average for the year, average, like my weekly average for the year, and I'm obsessed right now with getting that up and like beating last year's weekly average. Right now I'm at 3.9 per week average, and I'm determined to try and hit 5 by the end of the year. I'm determined. Which means I had a rougher start. It means that I had, you sat and wrote them out. Well, very good, did I didn't. I have fancier, high-tech ways. da, 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 da. And of course, YouTube analytics are screwed up right now. Because of course they are. Yeah. Yeah. YouTube's been acting really strange. I can believe it. They're back up, although they've not fixed all the last like 2 days of wrong numbers. So basically, the live like graph that comes in as people are watching stuff was like much lower than it should have been. And at first I was like, oh, what happened? Why is no one watching stuff anymore? But the actual view count on the videos was much higher. So it was clearly just the live analytics were just messing around and weren't given the right amount. And and after a little while, they put up a little message saying there's something wrong with them. But it looks like over the last few hours, the correct numbers are coming back in again. It's back up to a reasonable amount, but the time that was affected is still really low looking. I realise this is boring as shit. This is not interesting. this is just me complaining about graphs. Most I write out is 100 songs I want to put on my phone. Last time I wrote was my last college exam. The only time I write physically now is when I'm taking notes for something. If I want to take notes during a movie for a review or something like that, that is the only time I write now. Watching on your Switch but commenting on your iPod. Very fancy. They have it where a video is paused and you fast forward, you can't play it. You have to fast forward while the video is playing. Okay. Oh, stats are great. I love stats. As long as you're passionate about a subject, it's not boring. Well, you said you're a fan, so yeah, sure. And I hope you keep that in mind during the Time Cop review, which I assume you're going to watch, because we tangent so much on that. we go into some pretty weird corners. Well, not actually that weird, but oh dear. Yeah. For example, The Handmaid's Tale that I put up a couple of hours ago is already higher than Glow's episode from today, even though Handmaid's Tale is technically late by going up today. So, yeah, sucks. Oh, a new follower on Twitter. Very nice. TDMH86. Legion had a rap battle last week. I will be getting to it. I will be getting to it. I am actually, I feel really bad that those have stacked up a little bit. Listen, I love the 3 hour movie news you and Connor used to do. Fair point, Cindy. There will be at least one more Legion video where I talk about the last 3 episodes and finish off the season. I promise that is happening. It's been a really weird week because Connor was sick and then I ended up doing stuff on my own and things got shifted around. Yeah, I did Handmaid's Tale solo this week because I didn't want to leave it waiting any longer. Because Connor's miserable right now and in pain. He was able to record a boys review tonight, so that's going up tomorrow. And that's about it. Did you hear about Danny Trejo? I did not. Yeah. I mean, the upside is, Cindy, that I think both Screams and the Ace are becoming quite long shows. Like, Screams, because the news gets added into it now, is quite a meaty show. Even if the conversation's only, like, for the movies, like a shorter one, like half an hour. Usually it's now over an hour at least, even in the shortest one. He saved a baby from an overturned car. Oh, that's cool. I thought you were going to give me bad news there, but that's actually quite pleasant to hear. And likewise, for some reason, me and Tara like tangent a lot. So some of our reviews are, even without like bonus sections or anything, are like over 90 minutes, like pretty consistently. Time Cop was almost 2 hours. Like I don't even. I mean, we talked about the spoiler-free stuff and did a little bit of plot in the first hour, but we got to the start of the second hour and we were only on like 5 minutes into the movie, and it was like, shit, we better start talking about the rest of this. Oh dear. That man is a hero and an inspiration to show just because you have a sketchy past, you can improve your life and move past it. Dietary was amazing. Yeah, he seems like a really likable guy as well. So can we talk Krypton spoilers on here, or are you going to watch the last few episodes so we can talk about it on a live? That's a good question. I have not watched since episode 7. I mean, if anyone in the chat doesn't want spoilers, then don't. I don't mind though. I'd say just go for it and tell me what happened, but just check that no one else in the chat is going to be upset about Krypton spoilers. That's cool. Hey, Firefly. You jump back up. Here we come. Good cat. It's amazing, cat, how sometimes you can anger me so, but sometimes you're the most adorable, fluffy menace. Firefly, Firefly, Firefly. Oh, this person that followed me on Twitter is a new Twitter person. Followed me and Mild Fuzz, but not anyone else, which is great for my ego. Let's be honest. Now, it was funny today. Actually, earlier someone followed the comics podcast Twitter, DC Comics podcast, and followed me and followed Matt, but did not follow Connor. And that made me laugh. Like, is everyone but Connor? I do get a kick out of that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm always for new Twitter followers though. But I should probably tweet this stream out, shouldn't I? Oh no, don't want to do that. Control C. I only follow you. I feel like a stalker if I follow all of Mild Fuzz. I don't think there's anything wrong with following everyone. Hell, if you follow me and Tim, you'll get our conversations back and forth. Oh. Well, Laita isn't dead. It was a clone that he mind thingied, and he actually used the Black Mercy on her, but now she is out of it with Seg and the gang. Oh, she's with Seg and the gang now. Okay, cool. So, okay, neat trick. Neat trick. Oh. Alright, tweet. I should really tweet at the start of the stream. I realise that this is a flaw in my plan. And I tweeted on the wrong account. I don't know. Do you like the love triangle between the three of them? Three of who? Laita, Seg, and Nissa? Is that a love triangle? You ever get so stressed out that you start obsessing over little things and can't stop? Not really. Not in a general sense. I might obsess about the thing that's made me stressed, but not every little thing. If I get stressed out or get in a really bad mood, I tend to just not want to do anything. I wouldn't say I like the love triangle. No, love triangles typically not my bag. Very rarely do I go, that's a good love triangle. Very rarely. Someone's making fun of me for tweeting from the wrong account. How dare you? But yeah. So, I mean, I may go back and catch up in Cryptop if season 3 happens and it comes out. Tell you what, I'll leave Twitter up in case something interesting happens. Do 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 do. Love triangles are frustrating, so are misunderstandings between couples. On regular TV, yes, because usually the misunderstandings are just forced. Just forced garbage to create drama. Like, it happens all the time. I think I hear a cat wanting. Let me wheel over to the door and get the cat. Or I think Firefly wants out as well. I think I've got a cat wanting in, cat wanting out. There's a... Oh well. Garrus just stared at me, didn't come in. Can't do anything about it. I spelled horrible there. Oh, you did. Misunderings. I just got it. I just got what you meant. I mean, the background story of Doomsday, he was just a man who wanted to stop the war on Krypton. So sad. And the Elves and Zod repeatedly killed him, so he gained his powers and now is under the mind control of Zod. And he did the bow before Zod scene. It was epic. Okay. Okay, that was an interesting take on Doomsday. Very different. The Good Place, Jason, Janet, and the tall lady. That was a good love triangle. Yeah, that's okay. That's played for laughs though. They know what they're doing with that. Not to say that there's never been a good love triangle in like a serious drama or whatever, because there has been, but it's so overused is the problem. So you just think of all the bad ones. It's such a tired trope. Wesker's just passed out. Not concern himself with the other two. CW used it way too much. They did. Um, CW used the forced drama thing even more though. It's so bad. I just saw the tweet teasing you. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Cindy. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Oh dear. Your favorite and least favorite tropes. That'd be a hard list to do. I'd have to really sit down and think about it. Oh, pardon me. Liar revealed is a shitty trope. Yeah, that happens a lot. And again, it can happen and it can be executed flawlessly and work really well. But naturally, we don't really expect it to. I got something in my eye. This is all the hot stream action you come for. Then he released Doomsday on the moon, and he does what Doomsday does, and the moon exploded. But before that, Kem actually set off mines in the cave to trap Doomsday. But yeah, Kem is dead. Doomsday picked up and ripped his head off. Oh, jeez. Major casualty. Yeah, well, given that Leita ended up not being dead, I think it makes sense that if they're going to do a big death in the finale or whatever, they want to make it clear that it's real. Like, no, this is definitive. Kem get his head ripped off. Oh, pardon me. I'm yawning all of a sudden. I'm not even that tired, which is a weird thing. Ah, oh, what's Tim tweeting at me now? ASL? Age, sex, location? What? Yawning is contagious. Sorry, Cindy. Instant loves your most hated trope. After I binge through Glow, I'm going to go look for that Velosa Pastor movie. Oh yeah, I forgot that existed. I'm responding. I'm responding to him. He's being a goofball again. Surprise, surprise. Finally, the religious movie we've all been waiting for. A man turning into a dinosaur. Hey, I think that's a religious experience. They had the whole trope of the main guy wanted to go, and his friend knocks him out and goes behind a destroyed force field and says, "I love you," and the people need you, and goes off to die. Yeah, that's a trope. Sure. Reggie, don't you know some people fall in love at first sight? God's not dead, he's a raptor. That sounds like Cindy speaking from experience. I had a lot of instant loves end badly. This is what I'm getting from that comment. Me and Tim are basically just flirting on Twitter right now. I don't know what's happening. My life's flipped on upside down. Oh, what a weird night. I don't even know how to categorize this. Such a weird night. Oh dear. Oh god, look at this tweet. Put Hellboy 2019 on whilst I'm drawing. Big mistake. I can't take my eyes off the screen. Listen, I've learned that my judgment in men is horrid and act accordingly. Yeah, that's fair. Can't all be perfect. I know I make it look easy, but we can't all be perfect. Sheldon, the season finale is Wednesday, so I guess it will just be Fallout. Lobo, which is spelled without the W's, unless you're just doing that for a joke, is in the trailers, and I guess season 3 will be the search for Jor-El and Brainiac. That makes some sense. If it gets to season 3, sci-fi are particularly untrustworthy when it comes to renewing things. But luckily, Amazon saved the Expanse, so I'm happy. And already renewed it for season 5. Oh, it's the best. It's the best. You can rest easy at night. Do do. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Expanse is a sci-fi show, right? It is indeed. You believe Krypton will get a season 3. You've got faith. Have you heard about the conspiracy theories of the OA? I have not. Obviously, I'm upset it's been cancelled. Go on. What's the conspiracy theory? How weird is it that it's going to be when the Russian version of Chernobyl comes out? That'll be very weird. And it'll probably be worth watching just to see how propaganda-y it ends up being. And how they spin it to their heart's content. Part of me hopes it's the exact same plot, but the characters are all much better people. So like Dyatlov walks into the control room in Reactor 4 and he's like, "Hello, my comrades, welcome to see you. I'm so happy." Fifth and final, or are we going to get 7 to 9 seasons because Netflix likes to do that and give an extra and see people like it and give it one more? No, because it's Amazon and because Bezos is a big fan of the books, it will probably go to like 9 seasons or whatever because that's how many books there are. Assuming that it's 1 season per book, which it hasn't been exactly so far. Fans think Netflix didn't actually cancel it and fake cancelled it so they could get more PR. Well, that'd be a ballsy move if they did that. And it would play into the meta-ness of what season 3 would be, I guess. I don't really believe. It would be great news if that's the case, but I'm not jumping to believe in that. I would say no to getting my Expanse season 3, which would hopefully be the end of the story. Brett Marling can just say that we have to cross over to another Earth to get season 3. That can be the cop-out answer. Ah, yes, we got cancelled on this Earth. But Earth 2 is like 10 seasons. Is it on the official Netflix Twitter account? I don't know, but Britt Marling posted about it on Instagram. I don't watch the show, so I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. In that case, that those jokes will make much more sense if you watch the show. There's a conspiracy theory that Stephen King killed John Lennon and not Mark Chapman. That Lennon killed him in the behest of the government. Or King killed him in the behest of the government. Yeah, that is a wacky conspiracy theory. Especially since Stephen King gives me the vibes that all he likes to do is sit and write like all day, like every day. That is the vibe I get from Stephen King, for sure. We're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Oh, the one where Kubrick made the moon landing. Yeah, I'm familiar with that one. That's a pretty famous conspiracy. Famous enough that I've heard of it without any research. Yeah. Oh, Cindy, I hope you're not looking for those Planet of the Apes reviews anytime soon. They're just something that we will definitely do at some point. Aren't all the dead famous people living on an island drinking and having fun? Andy Kaufman, probably. I'm not going to make any assumptions about anyone else. If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. If you believe there's nothing up their sleeve. Why have we never returned to the moon? I thought we did return to the moon a couple of times. Because it cost too much and there's no point. That's why. They won the race. They got the victory. Far too many people had to be involved in the moon, the Apollo mission as a whole, that there is no way that it didn't happen. It's just too many people. 2019 tech isn't more advanced, but it's not been advanced. It's not been funneled into NASA. Not in that way. Okay, as long as you guys get to them eventually, hopefully. And we will. Don't worry, we will. I mean, Tara actively wants to do them. And what Tara wants, Tara gets, apparently. Hence Rocket Man. My reading of the REM song is that if you believe in the theories, why not believe that Andy Kaufman's still alive? Oh yeah, I mean, that's kind of the joke of the song. Those moon rock monsters. According to the movie Apollo 18, it's because of monsters, yes. I really want people to storm Area 51 so we can see what happens. Probably not a lot of interesting stuff, to be honest. I imagine it'll probably just end up being very boring. Boom, 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 boom. Andy Kaufman and the wrestling match. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know. Mako's not here to say it, but I'll say it. Voice of an angel. The voice of an angel. Pardon me. The line blurred between the joke and the actuality, I guess. The line blurred. I think the cat's wanting back in. Hold on. And surprise, surprise, I'm getting hungry. I always get hungry during these late streams. May have to go get a snack. They probably would have water trucks and tear gas to stop them. There's a very political joke to be made there, but I'm not going to do it. It was a joke that turned into an internet thing that may or may not become a real thing. Some idiot will try it. September 17th. I love how they're announcing it all over the internet. A successful storming of a base usually happens by surprise. It may still fail miserably, but you're not helping your chances by announcing, hey, we're coming on this day. Isn't that right, Firefly? Yes. Aw. Happy cat. Or not happy. It's my pretty cat. No worries, Cindy. Have a fun time at Greece. I like your review of Glow. Oh, on the cat's jumped in front of the chat. Hold on. Firefly. Move. I like review of Glow. I think that opening scene of season 3 of the Challenger explosion should be looked at as an example of how not to only set up a story using a historical event. I feel like there's more of this sentence coming. There's a... You said not only, so I'm assuming there's going to be the other benefit of doing this. Or the other benefit of that scene. Oh my god. Firefly. Why have you decided to sit in front of the chat all of a sudden? Very unhelpful. But you need numbers and a camera or people will say you're lying if you get caught or locked up. Well, I mean, people can film on their phones, and if there's enough people filming it all at the same time, it'll look real enough. Yeah. No, I agree, Bob. That opening scene's fantastic. It's the best scene of the episode. If anything, the rest of the episode suffers because it doesn't live up to that opening scene. And I like the episode, but... I'm scratching Firefly's ear, by the way, or his neck, rather. Which is why I'm kind of leaning in kind of funny. He's like, me, stop paying attention to people on the internet, Dad. I want petted, and I want scratched, I want tickled. My furry little face demands attention. Yes, it does, Firefly, doesn't it? Yes. I had some couscous not too long before I recorded with Connor, so I thought it'd be good for the night, but apparently I'm peckish. Apparently I'm peckish. I don't want any snack food though. If I'm having something, I want something nice, I guess. So is the predicament. of being peckish at 3 a.m. Oh, right, Firefly. You're being a distraction. We have to have serious words. I want a conference call with you on the double. Oh, he's knocked over an empty bottle of water. You ever bought your cats toys? When they were younger, and they proceeded to ignore all of them and didn't give a shit, so I stopped and never did it again. They do not care. You have cheese and breadsticks. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go see what's there. I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm gonna go look in the kitchen and see what's up. I have like a strawberry thing. It's a bar. I don't know. I've got some options, but there's nothing I can eat on stream. I'll have to have something after I'm done. I got I can have some tomato soup, or I can. I'm here, Tim. Calm down. While Tim appears. Oh, Cindy's going to be so upset she missed this. Yeah. Tim's here. Stealing my spotlight. Hmm. I know you're watching Hellboy. I was telling the chat that you were watching Hellboy. From your ridiculous tweet. Can't take my eyes off of it. What Tim doesn't know is at the end of the year, when we do our 10 worst horror movies of the year, Hellboy's getting on that list. I was eating a fruit and oats bake strawberry flavor. It's Hellboy Horror. It's close enough. I just want to put it on the worst of list to upset Tim. And Tim, who's we? Who's this we you speak of? Is that Garrus wanting? Man, so much cat traffic tonight. So much cat traffic. I've left the door ajar. Bob, horror movies can so be that stupid. The rest of the Mild Fuzz Union wishes to remain anonymous at this time. It's like he sensed we're making fun of him, so he had to show up. That seems to be what's happened. My Peter sense just hey, that is your Peter Tingle. Peter Tingle is the phrase we use now. Thank you very much. Although I only feel my Peter Tingle if you play your cards right. That's why Tim's here. He's lonely for the weekend. Oh my. Ha, never. Respect they deserve. Are you mad? I was teasing the next bonus movie, Tim. I didn't tell them what it was. That's a secret. But I did say that you're the one who suggested it, which is got interest peaked. Oh, this is a loopy stream tonight. Did you watch it yet? No, not yet. I haven't watched either of the movies we're doing Sunday yet. I'll watch one tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Don't know which one yet. I'm a little disappointed Tim's image isn't a goat or something. Or a little Hellboy. Actually, you know what's just occurring to me? That Hellboy has kind of a goat of horns. Kind of. I think that's what's going on here. Oh, hey Zima, welcome to the stream. Oh no. Oh, never mind. No, his picture should be Brahms. That was a good point, yeah. The Brahminator. He does seem to review. He does seem to do Brahm jokes more than anything else these days. Maybe just because it's the one that rails me up the most. I don't know. Too busy being a scoundrel. Brahms is back, baby. In December, they pushed the movie. Worst Christmas treat ever. God. Do you know what? So many horror movies this year we've not been able to do. The Scream's Twitter account is going to become an exclusively boy memes account. I will fight you on that. But so many horror movies this year we've not been able to do when they came out because we've had different release dates. It's going to kill me if The Boy 2 is one of the few that we get to do at theaters. You can check the date right now, Renegade. I think it has an exact date. What's your favorite genre? Oh my, that's a question. Assuming we're talking movies, it's definitely between sci-fi and horror. I love both those genres. I think horror is an interesting one where I like a lot more bad horror movies, which might suggest that I like horror more. But I think I love sci-fi more in the sense that I think sci-fi has a lot more like masterpieces. If that might sound a bit snobby, but like there's a lot more great movies in the sci-fi genre. I think. For those two, those are the two I certainly watch the most of. I will fly to Hawaii or wherever you live and watch it with. I don't even know who you were talking to there. I feel like you're being silly and just talking to me with that. I don't actually know. Oh, Wesker's heads up. He's awoken. He's staring at the door with great intent. With great intent. Eek. Oh dear. But no, I like a lot of genres though. The only genres that I flat out dislike are really musicals, and I would say that I have to be swayed with war movies, but there are war movies that are really great. But I don't get excited for war movies as a general concept. I legit didn't know there were other genres besides horror. It, the boy, the boy exploitation. Oh my god! Of course, that's Tim's favorite genre. Ah no, Tim was really into that the goat fetish movie we watched. Best thing about Glow season 3 so far is Gina Davis. What happened to her? I think this is the last thing she's been in since Beetlejuice. No, she was in Exorcist season 1. She was the main character in Exorcist for a whole season. That was like 2 years ago. She was also in The Fly. That was before Beetlejuice though, Timmy boy. It's Cutthroat Island. That was the last movie she was. There was, yeah. The Boy 2 will be my birthday gift. I don't know how you feel about that. Happy 30th birthday, Renegade. Here's The Boy 2. Brahms Strikes Back. Just wait until they start doing Brahms versus Chucky. And Brahms versus Puppet Master. And Brahms versus Leprechaun. And whatever other versus movies we could do. Garrus has finally entered the room. He might cause trouble. He's got that fishy look about him. The boy v's man. Oh dear. I don't think you really want that, Tim. Who's my favorite director? Oh, that's a question. I find it hard to pick just one. I'm better off giving you a kind of a handful, because it kind of varies depending on my mood. Well, I mean, obviously Kubrick, Hitchcock are great. I do love Christopher Nolan. I love David Lynch. But it's hard though because I feel like definitively saying one because I don't think there's any director who never made something that at least one movie I didn't like that much. I suppose so far Kubrick's got this most solid record for me. I still need to see a couple. I've not seen Spartacus or Barry Lyndon, and maybe one or two other small ones that I'm not familiar with. But yeah, it's a hard question. I don't really have like a defined set favorite that I always go to. Yeah. I'm looking forward to working through that Puppet Master franchise once we wrap up these other ones. We're getting close on some of them though. Kubrick directed The Fly. Tim. Anarchy. Aren't like 15 of them. I believe there's about 10 or 11, I think, a Puppet Master. Something in that range. We can do that though. I don't see no reason why not to enjoy that. There might actually be 15. There's a lot. I thought there was 10 because there's Puppet Master X. I thought that was the last one before the new one that came out. So I thought there was 11, but I could be wrong. Timmy V and the Goatman Gang. There you go, I just gave you a band name. You're welcome. Oh, Gareth's just staring out the window. Something interesting must be going on outside. What's it, boy? Tell me. Oh yeah, I wasn't counting the crossovers. That's true. There's yeah. Okay, that's fair. It's 14. All right, that's fair. I actually own Doll Man on Blu-ray, and Demonic Toys, and the first three Puppet Masters. I've never seen past the third one though. Not until we worked through them on Screams. Have you ever watched The Greasy Strangler? It's a cult classic directed by Elijah Wood, one of the most random films I've ever seen. Do you know what? I haven't? I'm familiar with it though, and I have seen the trailer. Um, that is probably prime Screams material, actually. The trailer stuck with me. Like, as soon as you said that title, I got an image of the guy in my head. Oh, is it bonus episode material, Tim? Okay. Okay. That'll easily be the newest movie we've done for Patreon. Everything's been from like the 80s. I think there was maybe one that was the 90s. The creepy doll. Sounds creepy. Very articulate, Tim. That's why you make those big streams bucks. What are you staring at, Firefly? Leave me be. I'm communicating with the people. What's funny is chat's actually quite quiet today. There's going to be a bunch of people that are pissed that they missed him. Cindy will be pissed. Tyler will be pissed. For sure. Like two of our biggest streams fans. What's up, Firefly? Oh, now he's coming over. I've made too much eye contact. I've made too much eye contact, and now the ginger Firefly is coming over. Oh no, he's rubbing up against me. Oh, he's winning all the way. This is a very very interesting turn of events. The elusive Tim comes from the wild to graze the chat. To graze in chat, yes. What's up, Firefly? I love to disappoint. Truer words have never been spoken. Tim is like Bigfoot. He's seen by few, but it's always fun. Well, he's going to be happy comparing it to Bigfoot. Tim has something of a Bigfoot fetish, which I'm sure he'll go on to tell you about. And just think, if we hit the next goal on Patreon, Tim will actually be on the screen with me once a month doing streams. Isn't that right, Firefly? Yes. Firefly. Just because you like stuff doesn't mean it's a fetish. I know that, but with you it is a fetish. Zima, what do you think of Home Alone being rebooted? You would have thought they would have learned from Home Alone 3 to just leave the franchise alone. Or Home Alone 4 for that matter, which also exists. I am... Yeah, I'm kind of indifferent. Like, I don't want a Home Alone... I mean, I have a lot of attachment to those first two movies as a kid. Without, like, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern, like, I don't... Like... I don't know. Like, what's the point? I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll make something that's wacky and fun, but I feel like stuff that's aimed at kids now is nothing like what was aimed at kids back in our childhood. So I expect I'll ignore it. Is my honest guess. Tim, I think if you have a Bigfoot fetish, you should watch the Geek. It's a porno with Bigfoot. I dare you name one other character that inspires more people than Sasquatch. Batman. But for some reason they call him the Geek, and it ends with the best line of dialogue ever. Somebody, I'm going to get that filthy animal. I love how us having this conversation has clearly inspired a tweet from Tim. Not exactly what we were talking about, but he is talking about a fetish. Clearly it's made him think of Tarantino's foot fetish. You want me to edit the Bigfoot porno so you can watch it? Alright. I don't know if the plot will make the same amount of sense though. I'll warn you that right now. Firefly, why are you causing so much trouble tonight? Was yelling like a mad cat during the Time Cop review not enough for you? Hmm? Come back to cause more trouble? Firefly. I can't see chat, hold on. The cat is sabotaged. I'm not allowed to watch that kind of stuff. It's for educational purposes. You're fine. You're fine. We should do a Bigfoot horror vote soon. Plenty of quality Sasquatch horror movies. Or Squatch horror movies. Is there? I can only think of Willow Creek. Directed by Bobcat Goldthwait. Cretin? Are you calling me that, or are you saying that's a movie? Be clear. I think you mean The Legend of Boggy Creek. No, there's a movie called Willow Creek, which is about it's a found footage movie about hunting Bigfoot. I know that's because I've seen it. The one that came out last year? There was a Bigfoot movie last year? What? You are the cretin. Oh, how will I ever live this down? Tim thinks I'm a cretin. Oh no. Oh no. My heart can't take this emotion. Abominable, there's some Yeti movie, Boggy Creek, there's dozens. There are dozens of us. Dozens! What I'm saying is I got the Arrested Development reference. That's what I'm saying. Just want you to know that. The Fly had a big... Oh god. Oh, how do I deal with that? The Fly had a big foot. What am I supposed to respond to that with? Madness. Primal Rage. There you go. Abominable. Oh, Lance Henriksen's in it. Okay, alright. I'm a little bit more intrigued. We already picked this month's vote though, so it can't be this month. Bigfoot month is going to have to wait. Gotta go. I'm glad you felt the need to yell that as much. But yes, go enjoy whatever weird goat thing you're doing. You madman. Dear. That's all this conspiring. I'm not having it. All this conspiring against me. The cats are surprisingly nice to each other. Yeah, I mean, Garrus and Firefly fight a little bit. at times, but other times all three of them will all lie near each other and not give a shit. But yeah. I didn't even realise you could get. We've got two cats on the camera right now. I'm always giving you crap, Peter, sort of thing. Ah, well. Of course, as soon as I said that, Wesker decided it's time to move. Oh. Firefly licked him. Sometimes Wesker will start fighting if you lick him. Well, other cats specifically. I've never tried licking them myself to see what the reaction would be. I don't imagine it'd be very nice. Nor do I want cat fur on my tongue. Oh no, Wesker's just going for the sprawled out on the floor approach now. I love how much of this stream has been cat commentary. It's actually been an absurd amount of it. Absolutely absurd amount. You menace kitties. Absolute menaces. I was gonna say. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't like cat commentary? Is it no, not good enough for you, Renegade? Oh dear. Oh dear. Do you class The Wicker Man as horror? Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely a slow burn of horror. It's more about sort of, it's a lot more like Rosemary's Baby. It's about the slow unraveling of the horror, and then at the end, it's kind of revealed. No, I was going about tonguing your cat. Oh yeah, of course I don't do that. What do I strike you as? Some kind of weirdo? Madness, absolute madness. The Nicolas Cage one is inadvertently a comedy. Yes, that is true. That is very true. It's apparently open licking season. Everyone's licking themselves in here now. Except Garrus. How do you get burned? How did who get burned? In the Wicker Man? They set him on fire, right? I mean, in the Wicker Man. Maybe there's a typo there, which is why I'm confused. Do 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 do. Oh, I appreciate all of you here for this wacky stream, which has been one of the less Oh, Selene screams at the girl in the cage. Ah. In the cage remake, rather. Yeah. The girl in the cage. I've only seen it once, and it was a while ago. I mean, there totally could have been someone in a cage at some point. It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, this has been a really weird, laid-back stream. Very quiet one. So thank you for everyone who's been hanging around and keeping me company. And the one on Monday should be more eventful, I would expect. So, no. A new term, a remake with Nick Cage is a Cage make. They could, yeah, I'll take more Cage makes. Well, I don't know. Crazy new stuff is more interesting. They just announced he's doing a new movie with the producer Amanda, which is kind of exciting. And the director of Hardware, which is pretty cool. So we'll see how that turns out. Oh dear. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night here for this stream, and put it out of his misery, and I'll see you guys on the regular Monday stream. It has been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure. Yeah, content coming tomorrow. There should be a streams of some sort, either an archive or a new extra one, and a boys episode review. So, thank you very much, guys. I will see you next time. Have a pleasant rest of your evenings.